Good evening everyone, hello and welcome to OTL Racing here on Twitch for the penultimate round of our BMW 235i Championship here on the race room. Tonight from the Japanese circuit of Motegi. We're at the East Course layout tonight, so yeah, looking forward to a good night of racing. It's been a cracking championship so far, and yeah, hopefully more of the same as always. I'm Matt, I'm your commentator for the evening. I hope you're all doing well. Evening's Volodymyr, good to see you. Hope you're good, sir. Good to see you nonetheless. Hope you had a good week. Looking forward to the weekend. So we're on board with M-Power. No, we're not. We should be on board with M-Power. I've clicked him. There we go. Cheers, game. Thank you very much for that. So yes, now we're on board with the man himself. He's had a superb championship so far. It's looking pretty quick round here as well. Dennis Deutsch has kept him pretty honest in this season, and he's only just over 3/10 off at the moment, so quite close again. So about a 1.5 minute long lap. So another minute or two and then they'll pop into qualifying. But while we're waiting for them to do that and getting their outlaps done in quali as well, we will quickly go on board with another hot lap demonstration. We will in a second. Anyway, it's from M-Power himself. Another month wasted. Love you too. Love you too, Leg. Thank you very much, man. Thank you very kindly. So yes, let's go on board then with M-Power for an example of a good hot lap here around the Motegi East Course. It's not the easiest circuit, but you'll be able to see just how M-Power takes it himself. And we know he'll be right up the front. So twisty for a few corners, long straight, kind of slightly downhill into the first turn. 90-degree right-hander coming under the bridge, then nails it again onto this sudden left-hander. So a nice swooping apex there. Make sure you hit that nicely. You need to straight line that chicane, if you will, as much as possible. You can gain or lose a huge amount of time there. Wouldn't be surprised to see a few slowdowns. So yet another bridge, another one of those circuits that's absolutely covered in them. You can see M-Power, he's having to use a steering lock there, and he will, like you see on all his hot laps this championship, will take as much cover as possible, gets that steering lock full very early on. So he's giving it the full beans. So this is where he is so quick on this championship. He's able to get this car to the edge of every track, use the limits that he's allowed, push that car as hard as possible, takes the same lines as me. Yeah, I think his gearing is pretty good, but the edge are twice as fast. I know that pain. But yeah, his gearing's very good. And then long right-hander. So it comes around the final turn. And yeah, that is what the rest of the drivers will be trying to emulate then in the race today. So yeah, not an easy circuit, not one maybe they get to drive very often. But yeah, I think his gear usage as much as anything else, especially out of the corners, is very, very good. Very few mistakes as well. He's just naturally really fast. He's one of those irritating drivers. But no, he's very good, especially on race room. Very, very quick. Very, very quick. Yeah, I probably can. Yeah, I should be able to. Should be able to, mate. But yeah, 3 races as always. So we'll have a qualifying session starting fairly shortly, and then we will have 3 races. With race number 2 and race number 3 having no quali. Just a reverse top 8 from the first race. Evening, Rob. Did see your name pop up. Just wanted to not interrupt the hot lap too much. And cheers to M-Power again for getting those made for me and sent over. Very much appreciated. Very, very kind. So just last few minutes of practice. All of them, quite a few out on the circuit. About half the grid, I'd say. Currently out on track. That isn't Dennis Deutsch, it will tell you who it is in a minute. There we go, Phil Lawson. And that is him done for practice, I think, pretty much. Thank you very much, Rob. 6 months of prime, very kind. Cheers, man. Much appreciated. Okay, well, now that is a loud pit lane. But these cars, once you get them all close together, make for a right racket. Oh, and I've got this game turned down significantly on last week. Is that still quite loud for everybody else? I assume it is. Dear Lord. Motegi. So the Japanese circuit, I like the little flag you get up next to the qualifying bit at the top, in the middle. Motegi East course. Not a track I've driven for a very, very long time. I think it's another built by Honda circuit, I'm pretty sure. Somewhere they could showcase the cars they were making. And I'm fairly sure it would have been made for motorbikes. No, real life. No, it's real. Yeah, no, 100% authentic. I don't think... Well, no, Race Room does have a few made-up tracks, doesn't it? But no, I don't think we do. We don't very often do them. A bit under the bridge there looks a bit Suzuki. Yeah, it's I mean, it's one thing I like about this championship. Very mixed types of circuits. That's what happens when Martin shuts his eyes and then just goes, that one, that'll be round one. Right, that one, oh, that'll be round two. It's the only way you get 2 Swedish tracks in a season, I think. They were great though. Knutstorp, the first one. Well, it looks amazingly fun to drive as long as you're not spinning every other corner, which is quite easy to do there. But yeah, my God, it looked fun. It looked fun for me. I was commentating on it. I didn't have to drive it. Didn't have to try and work out how to get around it without crashing. So that was their job, not mine. Swedish tracks, isn't it? Just rally. Well, you would have thought. I know. And we had 2 in 3 races. I was as surprised as you are, frankly, Rob. So we should get some time coming in fairly shortly. And probably going to be the first over the line with a valid time then. Once it comes up and tells us, there we go. 1:27.977 from the Austrians. Vonimir 1.8 back. Conor Garrett coming over the line. It's a bit delayed when it tells us, but 2.2 back. Phil Lawson as well. Where does he go? Up into second. Good time, just within Dennis Deutsch's time. Taika Madzo. The Zandvliet's coming over the line as well. Up into 4th. Jensen goes 10th. Madzo goes into 10th then as well, just ahead of Jensen. Kobilecki, rather. Up into 5th. He lost his name there all of a sudden. It's gone with Damien Jensen and down in 12th at the moment. Can definitely push that car further forward, up the order. Nearly halfway through quali already then. Most drivers with a lap time in. A few maybe will know they could improve. A few further back in the order at the moment. They've been doing alright during the season. Let's see how Damien does then. Does he improve up to 7th? Good time there, 1.5 back. Joe Middleton just coming over the line. I think that's his... not sure that was in front of him. A couple of things in the bag, Bud. Where does he put his car then? He is up in 11th at the moment. Martin Webb coming around the final corner. Twin Ring Motegi. There we are, lovely. That's the track name, the full name. It's the 14th, but not been able to get any closer, which is a little bit of a surprise. He's been pretty solid around here. Sacharu pulled up into 9th. Again, wasn't sure if to put the German flag there for a second, but it worked out in the end. Going long on turn 1. So quite a few people I think might end up in that gravel trap. It's a tricky old corner. Very easy to outbrake yourself. You're coming downhill as well. Just makes it that little bit harder. So would not be surprised at all to see a few people running off into that gravel trap at turn 1. Or an evening Visa if you're still here, by the way. I did see you say hi. So Pike then in with a time now, but it's a little bit further back than he would like. Sam Zamfleet as well has not set a time yet. So he's driven really well this season so far. Himself and his brother Shaw's driving superbly. Evening Sharon, evening man. So where is Sam going to go then? Be good to see you back on these. Legend, oh, nice. Love you too, Jerome, love you too. Well, up into 12th, so he's further back than he'll be expecting. That's good fun, they're thoroughly enjoying it. It's mad, the tracks are a bit nuts, especially the first 2 of the first 3. I'd love to see you around that first track. Yeah, but it'd be interesting to see you back on later, but you're all about the ACC now. It's clearly working because you're a little bit fast, aren't you? As you showed yesterday. So Pike then, can he improve? So he was saying he had race from felt a little bit more dialed in. He'd been struggling with it the first couple of weeks. Since he entered, just to get the wheel feeling right. Only up to 17th, so yeah, he's going fast but not a great deal. Maybe he hasn't got the practice in he would have liked as well. Oh, it's a bit of a spin. Oh, that's yeah. So maybe he hasn't quite got it dialed in like he'd hoped. That's a bummer. It's a massive shame if he hasn't. Well, you're quite a quick noob. For a noob, you're a little bit quick. Yeah. You're very, very, very fast already. Put it that way. It is quite a lot more difficult. That's kind of the joy, though, isn't it? You get what you put in. Dennis Deutsch then putting over. So he might be done for quali unless he gets out straight away. He might get one more lap in. Yeah, he's going to go back out again then. Oh, so that's a little bit naughty. If I think that's Jay Middleton. So if Middleton has overtook him there in quali conditions, and Kobalecki was on a decent lap, then yeah, that would get him in the naughty books. But it's working. It's definitely working. It's the consistency more than anything else. You've got the speed to beat them. You've got the speed to beat them. Empower only generally does GT4s. It's a bit of a surprise, but I mean he is unbelievably fast on race room, as you know. Still leading the way at the moment. Looks like he might be on for another quickest lap then. Another improvement, a couple of tenths up at the moment. Oh, that's very wide though. But yeah, he seems to only do GT4, does Lucas, or Empower, as he's more often known. So we would have seen him in the GT4 league we did a while back, Lucas Verza. Fairly certain that's him. It was last time I checked. So I'll have one more lap. I don't think he improved then. Lost a fair bit of time on those 2 corners you saw him going wide at. Kobalecki down in 6th. We've seen him feature a bit further forward a few times this season. So he's going around to end his lap. Let's come on with Bizot as well. Yeah, I'm not sure with the GT4s. I'm not sure if I'm honest. Nipep or Nipep, or I'm sure that all of these are complete butchers of your name. Flipping Nora, why did the spectator use an air horn just there? Oh dear, it's great. I mean, thanks for, waking me up, but I am also now deaf. might see a position change here or there still. It's a little bit annoying it brings it up early. Are they done? No, 3 seconds left, so they're just coming over the line then. Shaw's moved it up into third. Well done, Shaw's. Very well done. And there we go. Right, we'll get the standings up now then. So, M-Power, just over half a second clear of Dennis Deutsch. It's another great time, 1:27.9. It'll be hard to catch him there. That's all right, Joan, that's all right. Hopefully the stream's okay, volume-wise. The race room's I'm having absolute nightmares with it, to be honest. Can't win, especially in these cars. They are loud. But they're good fun. They're very, very good fun. And I enjoy driving them as well. So all readied up and on the grid then. Just the one more car, I think, to pop onto the grid. I think they're all ready to go. Oh, thank you very much, Jay. 10 cheers, much appreciated, man. So every little helps, as that supermarket does like to say. So they're all off the line then. Let's go up to the front. Or saying that, who was that off the back? Is that? Oh dear, dear. Okay, the game think it's sorted itself out just about then. Not quite sure what was going on there, but then we can see all the cars again, so that's good. Dennis Deutsch going for the move down into turn number 1. Will we see anybody off in the gravel? I think they're all going to make it round turn number 1, lap 1. I think further into the race when they're going a little bit quicker down that straight is where you may see the mistakes coming from. So M-Power gets back into the lead then nice and quickly. Did not hold off for long then. Dennis Deutsch in right in behind him. He's been very strong this season. Shaw's Van Sanfleet in third, keeping Phil Lawson behind him. Oguz Agan down in fifth with Sam Zanfleet just behind him. So he did move up into sixth in the end. Got a half decent position at the start. There are 2 Sanfleets, yes. So Sam and Shaw's. So Shaw's currently in third spot. So both very quick as well. So that train of cars right behind him. So you've got Lawson, Agans, the other Zanfleet, Conor Garridov, Lucas Kobalecki, Damien Jensen, Vizar Shakoli, Sasha Rupel. He's just been overtaken by Zvonimir Burek. But it's just a long old queue of cars at the moment. Our Dutchies can't move for Dutchies. Evening Cajun, evening Smudge. But yes, 2 Zanfleets. There's Oguz Agan. What's happened to him then? So there's been a big old fight there, but he's dropped a fair few positions. So they work their way back on. So Martin Webb down to the back of the pack, unfortunately. Andrew Pike struggling a little bit at the start as well. Damien Jensen looking for a move. And Kobalecki pulls out of that. Wait for another opportunity. It's got 15 minutes still. Or 13 minutes still, sorry, of this 15-minute race. Still got plenty of time to go. Yes, indeed. Looking forward to that. So that's next weekend. Yes, quick count. I'm losing track of time in days like you wouldn't believe. Yeah, looking forward to that. Now you can see if you can beat Dan Camish in a BTCC car. That's going to be fun. You're taking part as well, aren't you, Rob? So yeah, can you beat a BTCC driver in a BTCC car? He's driving us himself, of course. I mean, why wouldn't you? There's 3 Cajun. Oh, that is a... I don't think that came out of the showroom looking like that. So he has... there's either been a million pumped to passes going on, or... just somebody's had to someone spun in front of him or something. We'll have to find out afterwards. Evening Hydro, evening sir, good to see you. Yeah, there's 3 races tonight and this is race 1. We're only 3 minutes in, so you've missed very, very little, Cajun. Hoping to get all 3 races done today. Been a bit unwell again the last couple of days, not really having much luck here, but that is a very slow car. I've been a couple of people serving slowdowns and Lucas being one of them. What a nasty place that is to serve a slowdown right in the middle of the straight, and cars will just come streaming past. That's Dennis Deutsch then. What's going on here? So how far has he dropped down? So he's down into 7th now then. So from 2nd, that's given M-Power a hell of a lead. So who went with him? So Agan's gone backwards quite quickly. Kobalecki's dropped a good few positions. We'll have to wait and see. Get used to the Honda. Oh, nice. It says Smith on the drive. Yeah. Oh, I saw that, Smudge. We noticed. Oh, you're all in a piece. Do tell, Hydro. What's that? What have you done? Does it involve like sacrificial rituals and stuff, or have you just... I've just had a really good kebab for a Friday evening. I don't know, you've got to elaborate. But yeah, no, that VTCC night's going to be great next Saturday. Yeah, next Saturday, and then we've got the 9 hours on Sunday. He is, Jerome. Yeah, if you've seen Daniel Smith in his beautiful blue Aston. I've forgotten what colour already. I think it's an Aston, yeah. Then it's all over the back of Damien Jensen. Aerosmith he is, yeah. Yeah, no, Aero Smudge. There's Mr. Daniel Smith, yeah, in the ACC leagues. Yes. Those days are gone now, aren't they, Smudge? Oh, and the car round in the background. As he rejoined, he has. Who was that then? Was that? Did get a ball with him? Sasha Root? No. Yeah, it is Sasha Rupel. They've been a little bit slow to update, I think. There we go. So he's down into 15th now then. Dropped a few positions. A little bit of a crunch noise just up ahead. Well, that's someone off into the gravel, so it might have been a bit of car contact. Might have just been someone having a bit of a trip to the seaside, taking a bucket and spade. Up into the gravel trap. DHL delivery van. Oh, you should have had Ash's Lexus livery. You seen that? The DHL Lexus? Beautiful looking thing. Oh, nice, Hydro. That's no mean feat. It's quite good in them. That's not where you get your practice in for ACC. Or maybe you do want, because then if you get a delivery delivered by Jerome, it's there. He's so quick, he delivers it yesterday. He delivers it before you buy it. The way he drives on ACC, I wouldn't be surprised. As long as his van is a Ferrari. Hey, this Christmas you'll need to. Brett's on the overtime, being overtaken a lot older. But yeah, in a lovely car though, you can't complain. It's gone to then Shaw's van Sandfleet. So Empower's clearly had a poor couple of laps then, has been reeled in then. And Phil Lawson as well coming in for the coming along for the ride. He's front three, quite a gap in front of Conor Garrett up in fourth. So there's definitely been a few scrapes and a few tickles here and there. So I wouldn't be surprised to see a couple of incidents or more reported after this. Always chasing deltas. That's me worried. Is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, it's just your own delivering people's Christmas presents, actually. Oh yeah, that would have driven me mad, Hydro. That would have annoyed me. I'd almost want to bin it on the last corner, so that didn't happen. It can get a little bit. They're very clean, very, very clean league. Normally. Might be having an off night, I'm not sure. Oh, I said a bit of a dive up the inside. It's going to be in contact. This game, luckily, very understanding. Very sympathetic on contact. But yeah, a little bit more bump and grind going on tonight than I've seen maybe the rest of the championship. And we've seen harder circuits as well the rest of this season, so I think they're all just getting a little bit overexcited maybe. But no, I'm not sure. We'll see afterwards. What is inferior? They do, yeah. Ah, you can do that on Automobilista too, Jerome. It's got Adelaide and it's got supercars. Did you buy it in the end? Was it you that wanted? No, it wasn't. That was M-Power. I'm getting confused between quick drivers. M-Power a couple of weeks ago was like, oh, I'd love GT1s in AMS2. And then about an hour later, AMS2 came out, announced Automobilista 2. They announced GT1s. He was like, well, they must have been listening to me. I don't know if you checked it out, Jerome. I think it's worth a look. I really enjoy it. But that's got Adelaide. It's got a lot of different circuits, a lot of Brazilian circuits. But worth a look. Yeah, or that, as people like to call it. Yeah. People don't like to go AMS2, so they just say that instead. That's funny, and you can beat yourself on a curb, which is fun. It's one way to spend your afternoon. Just sat in a Formula car, just sitting on a curb, going absolutely nowhere. You'd love it. You'd love your curbs, as we know, Smudge. So M-Power's pulled that lead out again, then back up towards about 1.7 seconds. It was a second ago, but clearly making the odd mistake. Phil Lawson all over the back of Shaw's van Sandfleet. Conor Garrett driving a good race. Dennis Deutsch all over the back of him though. 4th and 5th. So Dennis Deutsch getting back up the order. Damien Jensen just behind him in the orange and blue car. Sam Zandvliet, getting another slowdown, I think, having to pull over. So I don't think these are people letting people go that they've maybe had incidents with. I think the game is just issuing slowdowns aplenty, really. In the bag, but inside. Up to 9th is Vonimir Burek. In behind him, following him round. Tocker 3. Oh man, I think. Oh, actually, weird story, Rob. Got part of our games I'm getting rid of pretty shortly. I think I've got that on the Xbox 360 just on a bottom shelf that I need to clear that's covered in dust. I was having a look. I was like, oh hello, Tocker Racing Driver 3. Unbelievable game with the Scottish team manager. What a game! What an absolute pearler of a game. Oh, that's quite cool, Smudge. I can't. I'm not as old as you. I mean, that was 4 years before I was born. So you win, I think. I'm not going to try and compete on that. Oh, Jerome. Right, well, someone's getting a punt next time you probably lap Dan, I'm imagining. He's not that old. Don't anger him. He's a bit older. How old are you, Jerome, just for context? I've got an Xbox 360. I didn't have a PC until this April, so yeah. 29, so you're 3 years younger than me and a bit more old, a bit younger than Smudge. Not by much though. He's fitter than me. He's not fitter than you as well, but he's definitely fitter than me. So Conor Garrett Dennis Deutsch has made his way past. There's 4 minutes to go of this first race of the evening. Are all old in the making. Just want to live long enough to get old. That's the first aim. So Damien Jensen a little bit behind them. Just reverse top 8. So that's preset before the events. That's been the same all season. So 8th place. Currently Sam Zandvliet would start pole. And then 7th starts in 2nd, so on and so forth. So 9th downwards, they start in exactly the same positions they finished the previous racing. Kobaleki, the rear of this train then. Back in 12th, he's got Vizar, Jakoli's, Vonimir Burek, and in the bag bud right in front of him. Jakoli using all of the runoff. I think the game might be giving him a little bit of a slowdown there. Can't imagine that car is handling nicely. Someone's got excited. I don't think so. I'm not sure. One day maybe, but I mean the current sign-ups open are for the minis. So I believe because I mean it might be something we go to eventually. There's probably some good tracks there for them. And yeah, I did get excited. Yeah, man, it'll be good fun. Be good fun. I really like AMS too. I think it gives people what they were hoping for from Project Cars 3. You get that slightly more developed sim, you know. It's good fun. Evening, Eli. Good to see you, man. Good say man when I know the person's like 13, but you know, a bit of bumper action then. Couple looking at a bit of a tap. Just got up to the car in front a little bit quickly, and Vizar didn't really have anywhere to go because Kobaleki hit the car in front and basically stopped. So is Middleton still going there? So Middleton and Ron Thunder still going. They are far way back though, not in the best of races. Thunder's only a few seconds back from Zamfir Radu. Middleton's still going as well, so that is not a lucky livery. According to that, we've got Andrew Pipe not having the best of races. Did say he was having a bit more luck with the game, but maybe that's gone to a pot very quickly. I know I shouldn't have mentioned Project Cars 3. I've never played it, Smudge. Oh, is it screwed again? Oh, are you at his house again, Eli? If so, say Matt said hi. So Matt said, get a move on. Please make sure he knows. I said that to him. Yeah, I've not played it. Just not aimed at the right. No one does leagues. Like none of the big places that did leagues on Project Cars 2 did Project Cars 3 leagues. That's a shame, but hey ho. Said I like Automobilista 2 and I reckon that will come out on console. Give it a year and a bit, year and a half maybe. I think that'd be great on console if they nail it as well. So we'll see. So Dennis Deutsch. Anyways, yes, some racing apparently has been going on while we've been chatting. Phil Lawson on for a podium. He's driving really well tonight. Yeah, it's weird. I think they were both brilliant going. We just got spotted by AC and ACC. I mean, original AC would have had more luck had it not had a really peculiar release schedule and the content got dribbled out bit by. It was very peculiar and over a long time. ACC is just really, really good. I mean, that was a crock of, pile of stuff at early doors, but they just improved on it very quickly. It's just got better and better. And ACC is amazing. So I race it on controller now sometimes, and even I'm having good fun in open lobbies and stuff. I'm normally there or thereabouts. So it's right up the back now of Lawson. Lawson's driving strong at the moment. You can see Zandvliet and Empower were right up the top of the picture a minute ago, right at the end of the straight, taking this final turn. You can see them a little bit further up the road. So Empower, you can see his lead then. Final lap. Shaw's a fan at Zandvliet in second. You've got Phil Lawson with Dennis Deutsch right in behind him then for his final podium spot. He's going to look up the inside. No, he'll get on the brakes and he'll use Phil for a bit of braking assistance. I think a few are just struggling with that corner. I know a lot of them are finding that quite hard. Not everyone's able to get plenty of practice in either, which is a bummer. So hopefully Pike, or Fish as we'll call him normally, hopefully his force feedback will sort itself out for race 2. So massive shame that it plays up like this. I thought he'd got it sorted and now it's playing up again. Trying to go the long way round. Right hand up, not quite there. So keeps it pointing in the right direction. Doesn't want to make any significant mistakes at the moment. It's got Dennis Deutsch right behind him in the bag, bud. Argy-bargy there with Koboleki. Koboleki gets pushed out a little bit wide. Might not be too happy with that. So again, there is a little bit of aggressive driving going on tonight. We'll have to have a look after the race. So there'll be anything reported we'll get looked at. As always, we'll go on board with them. Empower, final corner. Another superb performance. Did look like he was going to have a bit of a struggle at one point after he'd made, I think, a mistake or two. He dropped into the clutches of the cars behind. But was no bother for him in the end. What a very stylish finish. Nicely done. And Shaw's coming over the line in second. Great finish from him. Phil Lawson will hold on to that podium spot. Good race from them. Him and Dennis Deutsch third and fourth. Conor Garrett will take fifth. Damien Jensen sixth. Zyko Madzo in seventh. Sam Zandvliet will be then pole sitter even, for race number 2. It's Zvonimir Buret in ninth, and we'll start ninth. In the Bagbud in 10th. Koboleki 11th, Vijay Shakoli in 12th, Agan in 13th, Sasha Rupert in 14th, Martin Webb, there we go, coming over line 16th, just behind Darryl Wright. Andrew Pike spinning it over the line, this time on purpose, not like the other 100 times where he didn't mean it. So where's Radu? Is he finished? Oh, Radu, I'm a bit confused to where that is. So, second to last corner, he's had a nightmare. So he's going to be possibly last over the line here then. I know, it's terrible, isn't it? So Zandvliet Radu then final corner. And then if Jay Middleton wasn't that, no, Jay Middleton was that, so he was already done. So Radu coming over the line is your final finisher. 1:27.993 then, only driving the 27s. Cracking lap time. By distance, that's the quickest lap in that race as well. So great driving again from Empower. Extends that lead like it really didn't need extending. He's already started the evening about 80 points up. So he's going to be, we know he's going to take the championship as long as he races the final races. That's a good job, isn't it? So what car did you pick? I don't know. I can tell you if you want. Oh, it's that Pillock with the air horn again. Why does it go off right at the end? Flipping. All right, you're in the Rob Austin Alfa Romeo. Loveless. So yeah, you did remember the right car. Yeah, it's a car people are definitely struggle. It's definitely struggling with that car. Evening, Sam. Yeah, it was a struggle, that one. You should get to start the second race on pole. So a little bit more argy-bargy in that race than we normally see. Obviously do make sure if there's anything untoward, report it as normal. No chatty in the stream chat about crashes and whatnot. If possible, just we like to keep that nice and clean. God, no, it's a noisy old game, isn't it? It's making me jump. Starting at the back, yeah. It might be into turn 1. That might be the best place to be. We'll have to see. So, just waiting for everyone to get back into the server. But at least starting on pole. 8th isn't too horrendous. Obviously, you know you can be much quicker than that, but as always as well, like I said, if you type !report in the Discord chat, it should bring up the link to the report form if you want to submit anything. So obviously we want to get things seen to. If there is poor driving going on and silly things happening, then we'd rather get that looked at and people warned, penalised, or even removed sometimes. We don't shirk the responsibility to do that if that's what's necessary. But no, for people struggling, I know people definitely struggling. Not the easiest circuit, this one. So lots of undulations, lots of ups and downs. So just wait for everyone to get into the server. A few minutes of practice and then they'll be away for race number 2. So yeah, thanks. I think I've read out everyone's earlier for the resubs with Prime. Much appreciated. Obviously, if you do have Prime and you aren't using it on anyone, obviously you can use it for a 3-month sub to OTL. It doesn't cost you anything, but it supports us as if you were fully paying. So obviously no obligations for any of that kind of stuff. But yeah, if you do feel like you want to support OTL like that, that would be much appreciated. So I think nearly everyone then back in the server. Wonder if we'll be giving as a Pike back out on circuit. He is. So I hope see if his force feedback's any better in this practice. I mean, I'd hope it is. I just want to see him have a good race. I just want to see him have a bit of luck. He said thought he'd got the wheel and the setup feeling right, and then all of a sudden it's screwed again for the first race. So that's a bit of a shame. But it is what it is. So himself and Joe LaCour both signed up for this, hopped into a spare couple of slots a couple of weeks ago. They saw the racing, was like, yeah, I want to get involved with that. But unfortunately, both had problems with the force feedback. Joe's had some really bad problems with force feedback. That's why he wasn't able to take part in the end. Wasn't able to get his wheels sorted. It was different wheels as well. He got a new wheel a week or two ago, and it was still broke for him. So yeah, hasn't been able to quite get it feeling right, which is a shame. So there we go then, all ready to grid up for race number 2. So everyone's starting in their finishing positions from race number 1. Apart from the top 8, which were reversed. So M-Power will start in 8th. Sam Zantfleet starting on the pole spot. So all ready to grid up. Just a couple more to go. Have to do it before the camera sinks into the ground. Oh, the bloke on the game laughed at my joke. Thank you very much. If you play that back like you can hear just someone in the background. I was alright, that sounded like someone's trying to humour me. Indeed. Well, this camera's not got much distance to go. That is going to be a low camera shot of the start, isn't it? Well, I'm nervous about this. Is it going to stop when it gets to the ground? I hope so. It is. Good. Quick flash there from Sam. Hello to you, Sam. Hello to you too, sir. So there we go. Sam on pole. Zyko Madzo to his right. Damien Jensen in the blue and orange car just behind him. Conor Garrett on the right hand side gets a great start. Tries to pull out from behind Madzo immediately. Madzo's been swamped at the start very, very early on. He's already in 5th or 6th. Damien Jensen all the way up to 2nd. Sam Zantfleet then will hold on on the lead into turn 1. Someone coming from about 3 miles back. I'm not quite sure who that was. So who was that? That was a long way back. I'm not quite sure being able to work out who that was at the moment. We'll deduce that in a second. Just your flawless comedic timing. Yeah, something like that. So yeah, that wasn't great. So I'm not sure who that was. Definitely a white car. I don't think it was Phil Lawson. It wouldn't have been. It's up the inside then of Deutsch. So Zandvliet off into the lead. Then 1 second lead to Conagard. Sjoers Zandvliet in third. Dennis Deutsch, Phil Lawson fourth and fifth. So was that Pikes who had that? Because that was, I mean, he wasn't, but he started quite a long way back. It would have had to be miles back. His brakes would have basically have to have not worked there, but you can see how far he is back now. So I think that might have been him. Oh, shame if so. That's absolutely gutting. So is there anyone else in that livery in this race? I'm not sure. So we'll see slightly. We'll see later on. We'll find out. Zandvliet will do at the back as well. Then, oh dear, that's going to smart. So that's Lawson. That's his race. I mean, yeah, that's not going to be feeling good. That's not going to go round. Yeah, was that your? I don't know. I saw someone do some murder at turn 1, but I think it might have been. Looked like his brakes just failed. If so, I mean, it would have been a long way back, but we'll have to see. I'm not sure. That would be very unlike Fish if so. We'll have to find out later on. So it might have been another driver. There are similar liveries. Got forced on the gravel by someone and then lost. Oh, fair enough. Yeah. Once you get put on the grass just before a braking zone, it's pretty hard to stop the thing. Yeah, grass notoriously not very grippy. Certainly not as good as tarmac. So I've heard. Given the choice, tarmac always the one to pick. Yeah, not sure to be honest. All I got was the loud noise as you hit the barrier, and then saw your bonnet had gone towards the sky. So that's going to need to be looked at in the replay, I think, and see what happened, dude. As always, though, do report if it's something you feel needs reporting. Do chuck a report in via the form. Exclamation mark report in the league chat. A little bit of touchy between Dennis Deutsch, Conor Garrett, second and third. Sjoers van Zandvliet in fourth, so the three black BMWs all very close to each other. I'm not sure then, yeah. As I said, by all means, do report them. So Conor Garrett going to look up the inside, he will do. Just about make the apex, is going to push him quite wide onto the runoff. Oh, fair bit of gravel, yeah, it's going to be heavily used, and the gravel on here is very, very slow. Look how many positions that's cost him. Down to 7th, possibly 8th. Depends if RuPaul can get past. He can. God, look at that, absolutely swamping him. I think Martin Webb in 11th, so down to 10th now. That's such a minor mistake as well. Such a small mistake. He's literally gone in the gravel for about a second, and he's lost 8 places. But I mean, again, these races, it's a competitive league. The drivers in this generally enjoy it because it's pretty. It's clean on the whole. I'm sure there are some naughty things that go on, as there always are. Yeah, you can only do so much to completely eradicate crashes from racing. So it's Darryl Wright, and it's Jamie Middleton just ahead of him. No, it's not. So who's that? Is that? Oh, it's Running Thunder. So it is. Yeah. I'm going blind now. Well, getting a slow down though, so he moves off to the left. The cars carry on. It gets going again. Let's go back on board with Sjoers van Zandvliet. So up in third at the moment. Ogles again having a better race 2 than he did race 1. Coming down to turn 1 again, so this downhill first turn. Definitely a challenge. Quite a lot struggling with it. You see many mistakes coming here. All you got to do is lose it a little bit under braking, and you lose all control of the car. And yeah, there's only a one-way trip then, either into the barrier or into someone else. Hopefully neither. Solid start then for Sam. Though look at the lead, 3.1 seconds. Dennis Deutsch behind him, in 3 or 4 cars behind there. Drive-through penalty for Vizar, so ignoring slow down warnings apparently. So currently in 8th, but he'll have to serve a drive-through now, so that will hurt. So So he'll have to serve that in the next, I think, 2 or 3 laps, otherwise it will disqualify him. So hopefully he's not got the HUD hiding that. Hopefully he has that information to hand. We'll find out very shortly. So Shikoli nice and close to Conor Garrod. Garrod staying up in 8th. Shikoli down in 9th. Does have that drive through to serve though, as we saw. Kobalecki just behind him, Martin Webb and Damien Jensen as well. Blue and orange BMW, can't miss that very easily. Interesting to see when Vizar does serve that penalty. Oh, a little bit of a push wide there, a bit naughty. He's got to be careful with that sort of action, will get you in trouble. Does need to serve a drive through as well. So especially considering that, wouldn't be wise for him to not get fighty, considering that he's not going to be anywhere near this position once he goes in and out of the pits. But yeah, alongside another driver, you do need to make sure you're giving them room. Make sure you've got the awareness to know they're there and not drive out to the edge of the track like you're on your own. Never looks good. Dennis Deutschen up to a second back now. So he's gained a fair chunk of time on that last lap. At 1.3 seconds the gap's come down by. Shaw's still in 3rd, holding off M-Power. M-Power in 4th at the moment, all over the back of Shaw's though. Hopefully saying his name correctly. Power thinking about a move there, not happening now. He'll sit back and wait for another opportunity. Shaw's hitting the apexes nicely though, not giving M-Power any easy obvious opportunities. Not leaving any wide open doors for M-Power to hop through. Dennis Deutsch getting very close to the back though of the lead car. There we go, right up the bumper now. Sight from the front bumper of Dennis Deutsch in 2nd, so coming down the hill. Not an easy corner to get right. Using that curb in to give yourself a little bit more turning angle. Just got to not try and be over adventurous with that, with the amount of speed you take into that first turn. So if you do it nice and studiously like they just did there, you get through no problem at all. Oh dear. So Shikoli came into his drive-through, has just sped in the pit lane, has another one. So he will be finishing right at the back, methinks. M-Power having a look, but not going for it. It's the ball of Oguz again. So not had the best of a couple of rounds, but back with us this evening. In 6th place in the bag, Bud, just ahead of him. These guys are about 6.5 seconds back from the leaders. That's a it's a very narrow angle. Not sure if that will get classed as a bit of a corner cut there. If the game might ask him to take a slow down penalty. In the bag, Bud keeping that position nicely at the moment. Sasha Rupel just behind them, and Kobalecki as well. We'll go back on board with the leaders in a second now. So still just under 6 minutes to go. So this train of 3, you've got the leader, you've got actually packs of 2 in 1st and 2nd. You've got 3rd and 4th though, catching these guys quite quickly. So I think slowing each other up a little bit. Yeah, and 3rd and 4th are 0.7 of a second a lap. It said you sped in the pit lane. So the first one was for the ignoring the slowdown. That was for the drive-through, and then it gave you another one for speeding in the pit, mate. Unfortunately, when our gang, as you can see there, getting their drive-through as well. Then so it's a shame. Don't see too many of them in this championship, but everyone pushing so hard. They're not quite. You get a little bit of time. Had 40 seconds to serve slowdown. Yeah, weird. This game is a little bit told on that front, I think, sometimes, but yeah, sorry dude, nothing we can do about that, unfortunately. Massive shame. So front 4 then, basically all tied together now. There's Empower in fourth. He's only just over a second off of the lead car. So we've got the two Sandfleet brothers. We've got Dennis Deutsch and Empower. Empower trying to make a move past Shaw's Sandfleet. It's funny, but yeah, it's gutting in it. It sucks when it happens. This game has a few weird issues like that. But yeah, bit of a bummer. So makes a move to the inside then. Does Dennis Deutsch. Hits the apex nicely. We'll get the undercut served on him though. He will. A little bit of argy-bargy with the doors then. A little bit of sliding action then. Point goes up for inside apex. It wasn't quite there. He's going to have harmed himself into the chicane as well. Those cars behind are going to have much better run-throughs. You might have. I think I might have been on board with that. Was that in the second to last corner? Oh, that's coming together with the two black BMWs there. Should be easy enough to avoid, but somehow they still find a way. Yeah, if that's the one, you then yeah, a little. You possibly may have. I don't know. Connor's a pretty level-headed fella. He doesn't whinge and moan about that sort of stuff. He's a really good guy. So I mean, have a look. If you did apologise to him, he'll appreciate that and see what he says then. But yeah, it's a fighty old league. This. It's not always clean. I mean, when you've got this many cars this close to each other all the time, often it isn't, unfortunately, but all you want is for it to be as clean as possible and go from there, really. So 3 minutes to go. So these cars are great. So it's good option other than the usual DTMs and the WTCRs and whatnot. I'm sure we'll go back to the DTMs. Probably the old ones. I'm not sure I really am massively into the new ones. I think they're a bit of a death trap from what I've seen. I agree, Rob. I 100% agree. I think the contact on ACC is like quite a margin over exaggerated. Yeah, he had the inside. I think you may have just gone a bit too wide, and then he didn't have anywhere to go. No, you know, it wasn't anything naughty. I think maybe just misjudged it, but I don't know. Have a look, mate. It's I don't want to pass judgment on stuff on stream because I can be wrong. So, and it happens. It happens. We all make mistakes. Oh, hello. Got to get in that server issue again. Hopefully not. Got that at the start of race 1. I mean, you can have such great racing on ACC, like you say, Rob, but once they get close, the slightest bit of contact and cars just pop off left, right and centre. It's a bit annoying. Dennis Deutsch wants this first position. But Empower, though, straight up into the lead, all this fighting. Shaw's and Sam now in third and fourth, respectively. Dennis Deutsch in second and Empower in the lead, but very nearly a 3-wide between first, second and third there. And we're only going to have maybe one more lap. We may have 2. It's going to be very close. It's great racing between these front 4. You're going to get a bit of, as I said, you're going to get a little bit of car contact here and there. It's kind of inevitable. I'll get my words out first. It'll be a little bit inevitable. Yeah, it's just superb. He's unbelievably fast. Did you do the GT4 League on ACC, Rob? I don't think you did you? He's pretty handy in those as well. He doesn't like the GT3s though, which I find weird. Don't understand that. I know a few people that feel like that towards the other cars, but it is what it is, I suppose. We'll come back to these guys in a minute then. Sasha Rupel in the 6th, 5th, just in front, 7th, just behind. So these guys still nice and close. So 1st to 4th, nice and close to each other. Although saying that, I think Sam has dropped off then. So Sam has, maybe just pushed the tyres a little bit too far towards the end. Sure, there we are. That's Sam. Come board with him eventually. So look at that. He's now 2.5 seconds back from his brother. Wish I had though. Yeah, really enjoyed this. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if we might get the GT4s again at some point. I'm not. I don't know. They didn't have anywhere near the kind of interest. We've got a lot more people dropping out. Oh, it's a mistake though from Empower. So he's not completely infallible. He does make mistakes. So they want to be on their metal here, pushing all the way towards the end. So is this going to be the last lap? I think it will be. Yeah, it will. So great drive from Empower. Somehow is able to take the win yet again, despite it looking very difficult to do so. Dennis Deutsch and Shaw's Van Sandfleet, your other podium sitters. Also not a good place for Sam to get the car sat. Let's get that out of the way. technically that's back on the racetrack. So be careful, Sam, because people are still finishing their race. There we go. So not sure what's happened now. But last, I think he's tried to do a bit of a spin on the line, and it's gone a bit wrong. Okay, let's just hear skid smash, skid smash. So Empower then, great win, well done. Dennis Deutsch, Jules Van Zandvliet, Sam Van Zandvliet. So on board with Andrew Pike, then coming home in 17th. Massive shame. Yeah, crunch indeed, lots of crunch. So Chicoli, Lawson and Radu, non-finishers unfortunately. Fastest lap, interestingly, Dennis Deutsch, 28.388. So Empower not able to get the pace out that he was usually able to. But hey, still took the win. Still managed to find a way. The top three less than a second between them. Superb driving, well done to all of them. Sam Zandvliet starting in 4th. Damien Jensen finishes 8th, takes the pole spot for race number 3. Kobalecki will start 2nd, Rupel and in the bag by 3rd and 4th. The Zandvliets on row 3, and then Deutsch and Empower 7th and 8th. Yeah, it's a tough old circuit, this one. So let's get into race number 3 then. So we'll load it into the server again. So just get everybody in again, and then we get going for one final time around Motegi East course. Go on board Sam Zandvliet, he's always back out on circuit, very reliable for that. I'm assuming so, yeah, in the bag, bud. I'm assuming so, man. Because I don't have to either. Seems to have got it working now. Well, Martin Webb worked it out in the end. Bless him. He's a smart guy. He does much more complicated stuff for work. So you'd hope he'd... yeah, I think there were a couple of issues when we tried to do it initially, but... it seems to be working smoothly now, which is nice. A little bit of practice in between, get everyone in the server. Anyone who has any tech issues maybe gets a little bit of time to sort them out, and then we get going again. But yeah, you're all good, I think. I think some people leave after the previous race and then rejoin anyways, but no, the server does stay up, as you say. Makes my life easier from a stream point of view, I'll tell you that for nothing. So just a few more cars, including the ones we're sat on now, just to go to the grid. Maybe they're just out of habit. Yeah, I don't think they're being forced to leave. I think they're leaving of just their own... Yeah, I'm not sure. We'll have to ask in the chat afterwards. Ask Martin Webb, he'll know more about this than me. Good luck, man. Now, I think they're DLC. I'm pretty sure they're DLC. So, they're off and away. Let's go on board with the front runner though, Damien Jensen. It's a good start from pole. Leading them down into turn number 1 then. Massive cluster of cars. Oh, that's someone knowing they weren't going to get their braking point, and just fair enough, they knew they weren't going to get in there and they've had to ditch into the gravel, and that will ruin their starts. The race they will be, that's Kobalecki, he'll be at the back now. But he knew I don't mind that, he knew very early on he wasn't making the corner and decided, while he knew he could do something about it, to just get out of the way and off just into the gravel, so he knew it wouldn't be a problem for the rest of them. So fair play, that massively sucks for him, but he's got good pace. He's got 15 minutes to push back through the field still. So Sasha Rupel as well with a good start in the bag, bud. And Sam Zanfleet, your top 4, but everyone quite close still. So if you look back from our current leader, you can still see this train of BMWs. So Rupel in the bag, bud, right in behind him. Good advertising for the front bumper of Rupel's car. See a very defensive line from Damien there, taking that inside into the left-hander. Sam Zanfleet getting past in the bag, bud, just in behind them. You can see from the back from Sasha Rupel in second. So that train of cars starts with Sam Zanfleet in the bag, bud, Dennis Deutsch, Shaw's Van Zanfleet, M-Power getting past Conor Garrett at 7th and 8th. It's a massive horde of Beamers there coming down into turn 1 on lap number 2. Jensen started well then, keeping hold of that first position that he started with, off pole, great start, and driving solidly. So this is like many leagues we have, it's really a level playing field, really close between a lot of the drivers in this league, really, apart from M-Power on his day. But it's a Swarm of Angry Beamers. Yeah, I hadn't thought that. That's a gag I should have thought of. Yeah, they are loud. The problem is you try and do an audio test with them, like when there's 1 or 2 of them on circuit, and you think, oh good, the levels are about right, and then suddenly you get sat on the grid and it just blows it out, and you're like, oh god damn it. It's so loud. I've got the game turned down like significantly as well, by the way, and it's still loud as hell, but there we go. Good fun game though, do enjoy it. So Sam Zanfleet then, currently sitting in third behind Rupel and Jensen. No massive moves being made. M-Power still in 7th, just behind Dennis Deutsch. So no slouches, these guys, no slouches at all. So Shaw's Van Zanfleet down in 5th at the moment. Dennis Deutsch just behind him, and then M-Power there as well. It's in the bag, we're going to have a look. We've got slightly defensive, slightly narrower line then. Shaw's just behind him, keeping that position nicely at the moment. So M-Power down in 7th currently. There's a bit of a gap there from him back to Visage Okoli in 8th. So top 7 very close at the moment. So M-Power, Dennis Deutsch just ahead, just lifted off there. So that's a new Dennis Deutsch would have to go left there to get a bit more of a turning angle. He's down in 7th, but look at that, only 2.3 back from the lead. The lead car still only just in front of him. You can see them all coming around this long sweeping left-hander. It starts in behind again. So very quick once he gets into clean air, but you know, he's made to battle like the rest of them if he's in the pack. But he's got some great ability. He's always been quick. You know, been watching races with that M-Power's taken part in for years, frankly. In the back, bud. Try and go around the outside of him then. Looking as narrow a line as you can. The back bud gives him a little bit of space. Very respectful driving, as always from in the back, bud. Very, very good stuff. M-Power then has got a long side. We'll have to go the long way round though. At turn number 1, or brake slightly later than in the back, bud. He's going to make it stick. I think he will, yeah. I don't think in the back, bud was particularly going to fight that too hard. M-Power's able to go very wide. They use a lot of the curb, get that extra run-in angle. And it gets it turned in nicely. So a couple of cars out then. Zanfleet really again, unfortunately, and it looks like Conor Garrett as well. So I didn't see what happened to him, but yeah, he's out unfortunately of this final race of the night. Damien Jensen still holding on to that lead. Rupel in 2nd, Zanfleet of the Sam variety in 3rd, and Shaw's in 4th. Dennis Deutsch just ahead of M-Power, 5th and 6th. Deutsch has been able to fight quite nicely with at Empower this season. Certain tracks he's been more competitive, some others maybe not so much, maybe struggled a little bit more, but as the season's gone on, Dennis has got quicker and quicker. So Damien now is going to have to get quite defensive. Sam trying to get past Sasha Rupel up into second. I think he's got past as well, he has, so bit of a flying V formation going on here. The top 6, absolutely nothing between them, about 6.5 tenths. It looks like they're starting a formation lap. It looks like a formation lap on ACT, that did for a second. Oh, very orderly of them, I will say that. So just under 9 minutes to go then. So, another lap number 5. You see it in the back, but I've just dropped off that pack now a little bit. But all sorts of moves going on then here at the moment. Dennis Deutsch trying to come through the middle up into third very briefly. He's getting past Rupel and Shaw's Van Zandt. Little tap with Jensen. Sam Zandt. A little bit physical then. They're getting a bit unnecessarily so now. It looks stupid, to be honest. They can get a bit overly excited when it's everything getting that close. Yeah, inevitably that ends up happening. So that's a shame. So that was Shaw's, I think. So that car's going to be handling like a bag of spanners. Very broken spanners at that. A bit of a squeeze on going behind him as well. So Shaw's down to 13th now. And I think he's just about kept out of the wall somehow. Because at the speed he was going, if that hit the wall, I'd be able to see. Pretty categorically. So yeah, there's a bit of unnecessary stuff going on there, I think. Pretty avoidable. So I may be wrong, but it looks avoidable if you ask me. Damien losing that top position. Dennis Deutsch off into the lead. Empower behind him though. Still on for a decent result. Jensen, if you can just keep his mind to it, keep the focus. So a little bit more stretched out than they were a few laps ago. So it's a shame, obviously, a few drivers like Pike, having 14, doing okay in this race, but he struggled with the force feedback on the gun. They've done some recent updates in the last few months, and yeah, a couple of the updates have balked things for a few people, which is a bit irritating. And yeah, people having problems they've never had before. People who played the game quite a lot, so it's a shame because there's plenty of people who are having no issues, but then there's quite a few more that are having issues now that weren't beforehand. So hopefully they'll get that fixed. Hopefully Raceroom can sort out whatever's causing that. So Dennis Deutsch then, after getting out into the lead, is making a good break for it. Empower has got past Jensen now then, so Jensen back into third. Empower looking good. We'll now have to concentrate on reining in the German out at the front. Still got Sam Zandt there and Sasha Rupel just in behind in the back. Bud though as well has caught up, re-caught up to the back of that pack with the fighting and skirmishing that we saw going on earlier on. Fiddler's not having his best race, but can still push forward. He's just trying to hold off one on the Burek there. Okay, side by side. Vizar Chicoli right in behind them as well. So Wilson still looking good for a top 10. Slight nudge on the back as well on the Burek. The car behind him, just hoping that he avoided him, but he did so. That was Vizar. You've got Zyko Madzo, the Swedish driver, just bit further back from them as well. Move from the inside. Lawson needs a slight gap there, slight door open to the car contact. Again, this game is so much more sympathetic to the car contact. If ACC was a bit more like that, I think we'd see some even better racing. Is that or dirtier? I'm not sure. Somewhere in between. I know they're irritating, aren't they, Eli? I don't think I can turn them off. You wait until the end. There's always one really loud one right at the end. Never heard it at another track before as loud as it is here. No idea what on earth they're thinking. Hey ho, hey ho. Can't do much about it. But no, race room is pretty renowned for those. I'll have to have a look, see if I can change them. Got a flash from Sam. Either he's flashing either the driver in front or he knows he's on the stream. I'm not sure which. Sam, if it's because you're on stream, let me know after the race. Send me a DM so I know. So if we get a flash here, we know it's because he's on stream. Yeah, it's because he's on stream. I think so. Fair enough. Hi, Sam. Well, we're going to someone else so you can concentrate on your driving. All over the back of Damien Jensen then. Trying to get a podium spot. They've dropped back a bit though. Empower as well. Getting closer and closer to Dennis Deutsch. He'll be able to see him in his rearview mirror. So it's just a half decent gap, but Empower, no slouch. It's not going to take long then to push right up to the back of him. Damien, the podium king. Yeah, he's not had as many good results as I would have expected this championship. I thought he'd be further up, but not doing badly. Sometimes it is a track position thing. I don't know if he is just flashing him. I don't know, because he was doing it then as well. There's a load of flashing going on. I think he's just hoping he's on the straight. As long as it isn't actually putting the driver in front. Pearson does it here and there. I can, yeah, but if someone's doing it to just put someone off, then not so much. So it's not exactly dark, is it? If it's a dark racetrack, that's horrendous when that's happening. But wide-ass Danish man, indeed. So trying to get past then. Can he get past the Danish driver? No, he can't. Maybe go for the cut back though. Let's get a little bit alongside. Oh, a little tap round. Is that going to spin him around entirely? It is. Oh, that's gutting. You know what? It almost looked like Damien was losing that. Oh, no, he's retired completely. It's a shame. Could have carried on there. I think should have carried on if you ask me. Still would have got plenty of good points if he just turned that round and got going. So it's a bit poor form to just retire. So we did see that one again. That looked a little bit like he hit that curb. It looked like he came across a little bit. It got straightened out a bit by the car on his inside, and then yeah, it sort of tank slapped on him. But hey, we'll have to see afterwards. We'll have to see. Temperamental. Yeah, I mean, as most sim racers seem to be, frankly. Very, very precious bunch. We are, or you are. I don't know. Say we are. I mean. I suppose I can just about lump myself in with that, but yeah, it's a shame. A shame. Is he completely out? Yeah, he's in the pit still, so that's him done. Just double checking. No, is him finished, then I suspect. It's himself rolling fun to Kobaleki, Conor Garridon, Zamfir, Redu. So 5 retirements. Is indeed. At this point, I don't think it'll make much difference. There's very few people on huge licence points, but yeah, no, it will be, especially when it's that obvious. You can't really miss that. Yeah, I get annoyed. You can see drivers as well that let it really rile them for ages. That's what you want to avoid. Get angry, have your moment, take a deep breath, count to 10, focus on the race. Be angry afterwards. So, Empower then. So this may be the penultimate lap, it might be the last lap. I think they'll have one more time round after this because they crossed the line with about 1 minute 30 left and it's about 1 minute 28 laps. So they should be passing the line with about a second or two to go. So these lead two, fighting like there's no tomorrow. Yeah, it's evening, Damien, we've talked about you. Or so did they go again one time? They do, so they've only got over the line with about 1.5 seconds there. But they will have to keep going. Dennis Deutsch is like, I know, I need the inside line here. I really, really need that inside line. He's going to have to get that stop though, to stop that cutback from Empower. Is he able to stop them? Getting round. Is he going to keep that inside line? Empower really wants to get an axle alongside, but he's not able to. Dennis Deutsch holding them off beautifully. Coming through the S's. Explain, Damien. Yeah. Bad boy. Oh, yeah. Team boss man is not happy. That's unlucky. It's a good racing up to that point, man. It's a shame. So Empower is getting slightly ahead then. He is slightly in front, but they're still alongside. Dennis Deutsch will get past technically. This will be very, very close then. Last half a lap or so. Empower gets through, fights his way past. Thank you very much for the follow, Medic 53067. Quickly get your name out. Oh, the race quit, I think, is what they're on about. I was on board with that crash, don't worry, we saw everything. So final 2 corners. Empower is going to have to hold this inside line. Dennis Deutsch is going to have to give this everything he's got. So, final corner. He's going to have to hope Empower maybe doesn't stick it quite as well as you can. He's going to have to hug that apex as close as possible and nail it out the final turn. Empower, though, doesn't make any silly mistakes. Empower comes over the line for yet another win. Dennis Deutsch, a great drive, but not quite able to get ahead of him. He's going to get third, though, very, very close. Sam Zanfleet takes third spot, just ahead of Sasha Rupel. Great driving from them in the bag, bud. Taking 5th spot. We've got Zvonimir Burek as we get the crunch fest going on here. Zvonimir Burek in 6th, Phil Lawson 7th, Vizar Shakoli 8th, Shaw's finishing in 9th. We have Zyko Manto rounded out the top 10. Martin Webb coming home in 11th. Mogos Ogan in 12th. We've got Andrew Pike in 13th there. We've got Darrell Wright in 14th. Jay Middleton coming home in 15th spot. I said you can watch it on stream later as well if you want, because we did catch it, but you might get a penalty for the road quit though, because that looks, we were on board with that and that looked pretty road quitty. That is going to be that's been something we've been probably a bit too lenient on for a while, just to warn you. So we understand in certain situations, but like when they're still in a race, it's when people just go, "I can't be bothered," and turn it. That's the We'll see. It'll get looked at either way. Don't worry. So 5 DNS is a shame, but 15 finishes and some great fighting at the front as always. So they're good fun to watch these, and they look good fun to race in. To be honest, watching races like that always make me feel like I want to do more racing, but I've got to be half decent to have a good race with people. Otherwise, I'm just going to be driving around on my own at the back. Yeah, that's hard, isn't it, Vader? That's a tough one, Jay. It's a tough one. So it's a competitive league, so even little bits of struggles here and there, you really notice them. So that was the penultimate round then. Final week next week at... Just double checking, that is 3 races we've just watched, isn't it? Pretty sure, yeah. So... Sonoma Raceway next week for round number 6, the final round. Sonoma Raceway WTCC should be awesome. We've been great. Oh, I keep saying awesome. Yeah, Smudge is right. I do say that a lot, don't I? Should be good. Looking forward to it. Next Thursday, we will see us at the Spa-Francorchamps for the final round of the ACC League. That is 90 minutes long. That should be awesome as well. There's been some great racing there. One of 2 90-minute races in the calendar. And the 4th and the 8th. So yeah, Spa, one of my favourites. We're very much looking forward to that. Next Saturday on the 19th as well, we have our BTCC night on Assetto Corsa. That's going to be pretty epic. So there's the interesting thing, we've got Dan Camish, real life BTCC driver, taking part as Dan Camish, of course. So he should do as well, you know, the right thing to do. I'd say just what Duffy wanted to do. It was good close racing. It did get a little bit overly touchy, I'm not sure. Cheers, Sam. Very much appreciated. Just set race room download. Oh, fair enough, Rob. Damn it! I wonder if there is an affiliate. Oh, damn it! I bet we've missed a trick there. Drat and double drat. I know, but I know, man. It's like if those weren't here, I'd be doing great. But oh well. Is there a bounty on Camish? No. Or opposite. We'll kick you out of OTL entirely if someone does that on purpose. Got Josh Webster driving as well. Porsche Carrera Cup driver. Lovely bloke, very quick driver. Very, very quick driver. Too fast, in fact. That's what I enjoy. It turns out these real life drivers are just as quick on sims most of the time. The skills do cross back over. So yeah, no, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be a good watch. We've got Rob taking part as well. With Air Race Smudge we see earlier on. We've got Sharpie. We've got Scott, as you've seen in plenty of the other races as well. So really looking forward to that. So yeah, that's next Saturday, and then the day after, hopefully another watch along. It'll be a 9-hour job though that time, with the 9 hours of Imola with RCI. That's a Jardier's Invitational event, so there are multiple tiers, but we are in the Invitational top tier. So I think our teams are probably going to be absolutely taken to the cleaners. But hey, it'll be nice to not be expected to be high up for once, and yeah, we'll take whatever we can get. Yeah, cheers, Sam. Have a good weekend, man. Very much appreciate your attention this evening. Thank you very kindly. See you next time. So yeah, some good racing as always. Is pretty epic. We're looking forward to our next season and whatever they may be. Could be the previous DTMs, the 2016 ones we've done before. Could be something different. Who knows? So awesome. And as they all jump out the server, we will jump off as well. So thank you everybody for watching. Cheers for the Prime subs earlier on. Thanks for the new follows and the cheers as well. Much appreciated to you all. Yes, I will catch you next. I think probably not until next Thursday now with the next stream with the final race at Spa of the ACC GT3 League for season number 5. But until then, have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe, take care, and I will catch you all next time.